Hello people, today I have with us the 30-minute missions BEXM-33T Volpanova Tank version. Now this one does have a write-up just like the other one did. This is a transformable XMX unit developed by the Byline Forces. 2 modes were initially planned, but as more complicated battle scenarios were envisaged, a third mode was added which could be called a transitional mode between the first 2. The bazooka targets a wide area around shell impact, making it well suited to combat against multiple opponents. Also, the bazooka's right here. The second write-up is about this tank version specifically. Unlike the similar Volpanova quad bike version, this model uses caterpillar treads, granting added stability on forested terrain or battlefields strewn with wreckage and debris. The arm cannon mounted to its arm deserves special mention. It does double duty as both firearm and small-scale defensive equipment. Now, it says arm cannon, but obviously I put it on the top, which is another version of its mounting. Of course, it is the transformable one, just like the other one that I have reviewed recently, the Volpanova quad bike version. This is the tank, so of course it looks like a tank. A very minuscule cannon, as most of the people that I have talked to have mentioned. It's pretty small, and for as large as this tank would be, you would think that maybe they would have included something bigger. Now, I also put this up front. I wanted to show off the tank. I think that it has a much better transition form than the quad bike version did, so I wanted to feature that one first. So I'll probably end up turning it back into a tank so you guys can see how that goes. And I want to do a size comparison with the other units in tank mode, because you guys got to see the size comparison with the normal mode on the quad bike. He's not any taller. He's exactly the same build, except for, you got this. This may be a little bit taller, but really it's the same guy. It's the same guy. Having said that, I really love the tan. I love the desert color combos. It is a very nice looking unit. I even like the brown inner frame. I didn't think I would, but I really do dig it. I think this guy is a much better experience than the quad. The quad is just a little bit silly. I like it still, but I think this one's cooler. And then we have the halfway mode on this one, but I didn't really like how the halfway mode looked like in the other one, the transition mode. It's a little goofball. I'll probably show you guys what it looks like while I change it into a tank, but I don't really love it. So this one, it was I just came in like the day after I did my review for the first one, so I was like, hell yeah, I get to do the other review too. I really like the way these ones go together though. They're cute little guys. They're I think, not trying to do a size comparison, but throwing out the Alto here. They are shorter than the Alto, so they're more like the Forestieri size, and that's kind of cool. I like that, but like I said, I'm going to do the size comparison with him in tank mode in this case, so we're going to get back to that in a little bit. I really like the way this one looks, and I definitely wanted to feature this one as soon as it came in. And yeah, no, I ripped it open, put it together, and I'm like, yeah, here we go. So yeah, let's go ahead and turn it into a tank again. All right, you guys are going to have to forgive me. I did that from memory so you guys could see that maybe I didn't do it perfectly. And I forgot to put it in the halfway mode, but you guys get the point. I'm going to go ahead and do my size comparison for you guys. Give me a sec. A surprisingly tall-looking high-grade Gundam. This is the GBN base Gundam in 1144. The Alto appears again, and he is awkwardly standing on that foot there. I don't know how I did that, but Alto is also in 1/144 scale, and as you can see, the tank is quite small compared. I still really think that the 30-minute missions and the frame arms kits look really good together, but this is the frame arms Jinrai in 1/100 scale. I think he looks pretty good next to that tank, just saying. I've seen some 30-minute sisters taking a ride on the little tank and the quad, so this is the size that you would see. Actually, they're about up to her shoulder, so that's about what you would see if you put a 30-minute sister beside this guy. Here is my little Hexagear Governor in 1/24 scale. He is the Nero. The very large and in charge Alex Gundam in Master Grade. This is a 1/100 scale model, making that guy look real tiny. And of course, we can't have this review without showing off the other Volpanova. So this is the quad bike version, and it looks quite nice compared to the last time I saw it, which I thought it was a little bit sillier. But now that I've gotten used to the look, I think it's a little bit different. You know, I kind of like it. But that's pretty much it to the review. I think these guys are really nice looking mecha. I think when they're standing up, they look pretty cool. I don't like how these legs look like as backpacks, but it's kind of cool to have, you know, you just deploy those quickly and you can get out of there. The tank treads are a little silly. I'll say you're not going to get anywhere faster on treads than you are on wheels. These wheels are going to get you zooming out. It would be, you know, thinking about it, probably faster to get on wheels than it would be walking versus treads, which are just going to be slow and lumbering. But if you needed an all-terrain type thing, I guess, I still think it's silly, but it's what they wanted. It still looks cooler than the quad bike version. I think that if you put these ones looser than they actually are, like if you had these off the side here, you could give him some real nice dynamic poses and make him look like he's slaloming down the road versus, you know, where it's static before. I think if you like kind of turn those over, you know, put one up and one down, looks pretty cool. You know, I think that was a missed opportunity, but still, they hold together pretty well when you do snap them all in place, and I do like the end result. Yeah, I didn't put his bazooka on, but I'm gonna put this one on too. It looks kind of funny and brown. Actually, let's see what the tank turret looks like on top of there. Snap these guys apart. Take this turret off. A little 3mm to 3mm doesn't like to come out of the back of these guys, so you gotta watch out for that. Put this on here. No, I don't think that's too bad. It actually looks pretty nice. I kind of like that a lot, actually. Little wheelie guy. That's pretty cool. Let's leave that one alone before I fall in love with it and need to paint this thing green. But in either case, you know, it is mostly the same mech. There's a little bit of difference on those leg parts. Obvious, that's the biggest difference. The head part, that's another big difference. You're going to see right off the first glance, you know, you got this. It's the same head. You just slide this attachment on, or you slide this one in instead. I like this one a lot. The scope looks really cool, but it is very loose. That's a very big weak point. It only attaches to one of those things, where this one attaches to two. So it's a bit iffy. But that said, it does look nice with the thing in there. Let's put this back together. Nice and easy. I like all the attachment points that you have on this one. There aren't many more on this one than there are on the other. So you can see there's another port here versus this one that doesn't have that one. One right here. There's one right there matching. And look, again, there's another 3mm port here where there isn't on that one. It's kind of a surprise. But this one has the C-clip on the back, where this one has them on the front. We'll see what you can do with those as far as customs. You can see this back one is very similar to this back one, but you tell the differences when you look up close. So that's going to be the main difference between the two. I really like this one in terms of looks overall. It has a nice tank-like look, if not a bit bulky. And that's saying a lot because tanks are supposed to be bulky. And then this one as a quad, I think it's a little silly still. It's growing on me. It's still growing on me, but silly still. But I think in terms of bang for your buck, I want to say that these ones are pretty good. They are $22 here in the US, unfortunately, not $17. They're the same price as the Spinadio kit. So it's like getting a kit and then an option part as well. So it's not bad. It's not out of the norm, I say. It is pretty good price. Do I recommend them? I do really recommend this guy. It's a really cool one. Someone at the Brookhurst Hobby Meetup that we went and built one, and he loved it. I adore it personally. I think it's a really cool one. I prefer this one over that one. That one's still a little silly to me, but if I painted it this desert yellow, I think I might fall in love with it quite a bit. So we're gonna see what happens to that. We will see. But with everything all said and done, I think that's going to be it for the review. I will see you guys next time, or you'll see me, but more than likely, you'll see my stuff. Bye-bye.